What's going on, everybody? Tilly Steez here, and for those of you who don't know, earlier this year during the summer, me and my bro J-Zilla, who's an amazing lyricist, dropped an album together on YouTube called Destroy All Rappers. It uses all samples from old Godzilla movies from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, all produced by me, all engineered by my friend Andrew Sprague, and all rapped over by my bro J-Zilla. So some of you may have seen J-Zilla posted a video recently giving his top 5 beats that I created off of our project in order, so I am just returning the favor. I'm doing the same exact thing for him. I'm giving you guys my top 5 J-Zilla verses off of Destroy All Rappers. If you've not checked out Destroy All Rappers, do yourselves a favor, especially if you're into like old school boom bap hip hop and Godzilla movies or just monster movies or soundtracks in general. We're really proud of the result there, so go check that out on YouTube. Coming in at number 5, I chose J-Zilla's second verse on the song Unbelievable Freestyle. That's a song that uses a sample from the Baron movie, actually, not from Godzilla, but it's a very recognizable theme for anyone who knows Godzilla. This verse from J-Zilla is actually really cool because it's got some backstory. Originally, it wasn't even supposed to be there. It was a feature, but then he reached out to the guy who had already written the feature, and he said, I'm not rapping on this because I only make Christian music now. So basically, J-Zilla had to go write a whole new verse in a couple of days because we're preparing to drop this project. And knowing that he wrote it in a couple of days, it came out so fire. He really went in on the bars on this one. Like one of my favorite moments, he said, "J's on my feet, Osaka exclusive, Safubi movement, they know that I do this." Like, I love any bars that incorporate Safubi and Godzilla collecting that we both are into. Coming in at number 4, I've got verse number 2 on Past versus Present, and the sample on that song is from Son of Godzilla, the theme at the end. It's a very kind of nostalgic, reminiscent sounding sample, which makes perfect sense why he chose to write a song about reminiscing on the past and noticing how things have changed.
Look back in the past when every weekend was a blast. I didn't realize that time was running so fast, it's hard to catch.
And I put this on the list because I actually really relate to this verse. It's almost like he wrote a lot of the things I was thinking at the same time, especially in this second verse. He's rapping a lot about, how childhood used to be a really happy time, and we didn't realize how good we had it back then. And it really hits home because I also realized like him and I kind of grew up together. We knew each other when we were kids, and living in different states, but over Google Hangouts. And so when he's rapping about his childhood, I know he's also rapping about my childhood and like the times that we shared together. I don't know if he thinks about it that way, but that's how I always thought about it. So this verse always really stuck with me. And I like how at the end of it, he brings it back to the present and talks about how, all we can do in the present and just keep going, doing our best, stay on track with our mission, like he says. For number 3, I'm going with verse number 2 off of the song Duality Wars, which samples, I think 3 different songs from Mothra vs. Godzilla, including the main theme. So if you know that song, go check it out. But just the way he opens up this second verse, it's sink or swim and I'm Michael Phelps, put your floaties on, I bet that'll help. Like, that's just a bar right there in and of itself.
Sink or swim and I'm Michael Phelps, put your floaties on, I bet that'll help. Reflecting all of mine, keep yourself, my cold heart, it began to melt.
One of his favorite rappers is Nas, so then he says, like Nas, man, it ain't hard to tell that I've been through the deepest layers of hell. And then he goes into this crazy triplet flow. And for anyone who knows me, like some of my favorite rappers are like Tech 9, King ISO, a lot of rappers with crazy flows and cadences and rhyme schemes. So when he goes into this triplet thing, it's the fact that they hate me for winning when they do nothing but sitting and sinning. I love the way he did that. That was amazing. And also just the overall message of the verse, just about controlling your inner demons, being strong. To me, it's really poetic, a lot of the bars he wrote about that. So check that out for sure. Number 2, I'm going with Smog, the middle section of the song. There's no hook on Smog, so it's kind of hard to segment it into different verses. But there is a beat switch in the middle. It samples Godzilla vs. Hedorah, by the way, the Smog monster. And it's a song about drugs and alcohol and overcoming those vices. And the middle section, I added a beat switch. And during that part of the song, he was just partying. And then during this part, he passes out and wakes up in a hospital bed. And like he kind of dives into his psyche and has like an inner monologue with himself about how he's got to turn his habits and his life around. And I just really love the creativity that went into this one. And I think it perfectly fit the sound of the beat switch. And some of the rhyme schemes and the storytelling during this was crazy too. I might just play a clip here so you can hear some of that.
And get that bread, but I can't do that while I'm in this tripping, head hurting, time for poison Persian. Then I got something urgent.
And not to mention, this is a song with a good positive message about, overcoming bad habits and addictions. I found it pretty inspiring myself, so hopefully a lot of you will find it inspiring as well. Before I get to number 1, I'm adding an honorable mention. Shout out to Z Slim, the one and only feature on the album on the song Up Again. He takes the second verse, and for being the only feature on the album, I mean, that's a big responsibility, but he definitely stepped up and delivered a really amazing verse, and the delivery on it was so fire. Like, it really added a lot of energy to the track and a lot of variety to what we already had with J-Zilla. His flow, his delivery, everything about it I love, so I'm really hoping we get some more Z Slim onto these tracks in the future. Coming in first place, I'm going with verse number 1 on Okinawa Beach, which for anyone who knows about Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, Okinawa Beach is where King Caesar sleeps and lays dormant, so we use the sample from the King Caesar song there. And this verse is crazy. The rhyme schemes are so dense, it's like every other word rhymes with itself. Crazy double, triple meanings, references to things we know. It's just got everything in this verse. One moment he says, "We knew Pacos and Apos, the good and the bad. Now we chasing the bag." Paco is like an old friend we used to have. Like, that's just a shout out to Paco right there. And then later he said, "Building dynasties and empires, faculties and red diamonds, ruby shiners, Safubi finders, be my whole crew. We be wildin', I be rhyming." Like, that's just so much all in one little sentence there. Ruby shiners, Safubi finders, that refers to me and my friend group. We all collect Godzilla Safubi, and so it's just really cool to hear that reference in there. And that's kind of the theme of the whole song too, is just our group and our collecting. There you have it, my top 5 favorite J-Zilla verses off of Destroy All Rappers. If that video did not inspire you to go listen to the album, then I don't know what will. Definitely go check that out. J-Zilla, Tilly Steez Beats, we're out.